that in a marriage setting, the man is, culturally speaking and biblically speaking, the man is the head of the home. But most of the time, we've gotten used to the setting whereby a regular guy in my classroom thinks he's my head and he's not my husband. Why are you my head?
Right.
So each time I raise this, back then when I was in school, the girls to do, they're like, you are a guy too, do it. And I'm like, hey, I don't think you will marry. At 40, you still be looking for a husband. You are not my husband. You are not my head. Just my husband is my head. So guys who come to visit girls because they want the girl to cook for them, I'm like, So I don't understand why every male is expecting himself to be the head when he's not my husband. It's just my husband. That is my head.
Here. My panelists, please.
Okay, please. I'll just say, it's a cultural thing. And that is the role we mothers have to play. Our boys, we need to tell, I have all boys, and we need to tell them, you are no better than a girl. And you can't go around lording it over every girl you see out there just because you are a male. You are equal. So that is one. And for you as a woman, yes, they believe these things since they were growing up. It is also your duty to now disabuse their minds as you have been doing. Let them know I'm not, you can propose. When you propose to me, they will think about it. But I'm not your wife, okay? So you can't order me about, okay.
Dr. Adebola, I need a man's perspective.
Oh, okay. Well, it says the man is the head of the house, not the head of the society. And why is the man, why do we need a head in a house? It's because everything that has more than one head is a monster. If you see a lizard running around this place with two heads, all of us will run away because that's not the way things are. Even when you see Siamese twins, you find that there's a problem because if there are two heads in one body and the two heads are deciding to go in two different directions, the body, there's only one body. You've got to decide where to go. And that's why the man is the head of the house, of the family. I have been in classes where women have had the best marks. I mean, I studied engineering, and every class I have been, there's been some woman that's trounced those men. And even though men have more physical capabilities than women, and that's why you look at the world record in 100 meters for men, it's shorter than 100 meters for world record for women, long jump and all that. But when it comes to intellect, what really matters, then we have to readjust. There was a time when human beings were hunters and gatherers. That was when strength mattered. Now, it is sense that matters.
Come on now.
And in a world where it is intelligence that matters, we need to readjust to know that the superiority of men in climbing trees and plucking mangoes for women to eat, the time is gone. You can deploy a drone to pluck the mango.
Thank you for that contribution. Question 3, very quickly, please.
I want to thank the panelists. You've done well, and you've spoken my mind. I believe in women rising, but I don't believe in men falling. By the reason that women have risen, of course. My question it has not, in fact, they don't marry again, they have partners. Okay. My question is this: how are we going to develop our own model of going with this thought I knew as far back as 20 years ago that women will rise, because when you go to papers, vacancies and all this stuff, they will say female needed. So most employment then were targeted at women. So that will always be that lacuna where men will feel unsafe. But as Africans, we need
Western model. It's the fact that women have not had the opportunities that the Bible has demonstrated that she has had. Because when you look at Proverbs 31, she was a very industrious woman. So if you want to look at the U.S. model or a Western model, and I could just talk about the U.S. model, women only went to work and was acceptable at the time of when there was war. And because men were at war, then women had to go to work. But even at this present day, in the Western society, women are still making less money for men who they're sitting next to in the same exact job, doing the same thing. So it's not necessarily a Western model, or then we're going to create an African model. We have to look at the fact that we're two, as Mrs. Bash said, we're two